good. I'm working on a documentary, a piano blues documentary, and I'm working on a musical.
Really?
So I got a bunch of stuff happening for next year. It looks pretty good.
So you're going to be on kind of a whirlwind tour for 8 weeks in Europe, and then
In Europe,
New Year's you're going to Switzerland for 1 week.
Yeah, and then Italy for another week.
And Italy for another week. Folks, this is, the in case you haven't caught the beginning of the interview, his name is Kenny Bluesboss Wayne. He came out with an album called Ooh Yeah. It's brand new. He's got more albums that you can actually peruse, but he started recording it in June, finished it in August, with a bunch of friends that he invited over. Was the recording done in Canada, or did you decide to do it in...
No, it was all done in Canada. Actually in Ontario.
In Ontario.
And Ontario folks. And, well, a couple of guys in Quebec. I had the horn section from Quebec. So, yeah. And then, of course, I mixed it in BC. And mixed it and mastered in BC, so... mostly, it was all Canada.
So right now, from what I understand, you're based in Ottawa?
No, I'm based in a city called Burlington, but it's in Ontario.
Okay, and you've been there. Have you been there all the time? Because
no. I've been here 2 years, 2.5 years.
Okay.
As of to date, yeah. But before that, I was in Kelowna, BC, for 7 to 8 years, and then before that, I was in Vancouver.
Okay. So you've been around. You've been pretty much everywhere in Canada. Why the change, though? I mean, Burlington is kind of grueling when it comes to winter compared to Kelowna.
It's a big difference. Although it's a big difference. We got some snow, but it melted, so it gets warmer here and get colder as well. So when it gets cold, I can if I can jump to a nice warm place. I'm going to be on the legendary blues cruise too as well.
Oh wow! When?
That's going to be in January, end of January.
Oh, you lucky dog.
I come out of the cold and then go right into the sun and then back in the cold again. So, but that's okay. That's all right. It's exciting,
It is. I mean, I'm happy for you. The one question that I always wondered is, as a bluesman, you're more than just a bluesman. You're a pianist. You write your own lyrics. You sing. You play. But I mean, apart from that, as a human being, do you even have time for any hobbies?
Do I have time for anything else?
Yeah.
Well, I'm doing stuff I love. I've got. I would say my time is limited.
Okay.
I mean, I'm at 80 years old, and I don't have 50 years to kind of get stuff together. So
I'm sorry. Did you say you're 80 years old?
Sorry.
Did you just say you're 80?
I'm 80, yeah.
You don't look you don't look at you. I was about to say
I don't know what
60.
80 looks like. Some people younger than me look older, so I don't know. I'm feeling good, and I think there's a few things I like to do. I mean, I still like traveling. I'm not. It does wear on you.
Okay.
But the excitement is to meet different people, different countries, seeing different things, tasting different foods. That's enticing to me. That kind of keeps me going. If I just stayed here in Ontario and did nothing, that would be pretty boring for me. But it's nice to get it's nice to get out and smell fresh air, different places, and talk to different people and find out about the history.
Mm-hmm.
Heck, that's the blues is taking me around the world to meet different people, and that's what I really enjoy doing. And of course, and playing and meeting different musicians and talking to them about their future, and I think that's wonderful for me. That keeps me going. I never had the opportunity to be like an ambassador, going around and meeting different people and playing different types of music, jamming with different people as well, talking about life. It's all good.
When did you start playing music, or when did you become a bona fide bluesman?
I made that decision back in 1994.
Okay.
1994, yeah. Before, I was playing a variety of music, and I was playing in lounges and varieties of different parties and different bands and stuff like that. So I had a pretty good musical background, little jazzy type of things. But 94, when I was in Spain, that was sort of the beginning of my direction that I wanted to go, and mainly because I don't know was it so much the music, but I think it was the attention I was getting from the music. I was getting a lot of attention. Before I was getting a lot of attention from a lot of musicians. I knew a lot of guys and they liked what I did and stuff. I was getting a lot of respect there, but I wasn't getting any media attention because I didn't have anything specifically to say. So 1994 is when I was in Spain, and a gentleman asked me about playing some blues, and I wasn't playing very much blues. I didn't know very many blues. I wasn't listening to a lot of blues. I knew a few songs, Ray Charles, this, and a few of those, Little Willie John. I knew a few of those songs, but the audience that I was playing for wasn't really interested in it.
Okay.
So I didn't. I like playing music if people are interested. If they don't want, if they're not interested, they're not. Neither am I. But so a guy came up and asked me to play a blues, and I was playing romantic music by Nat King Cole, and in Spain. And he said, "Why don't you play some? Can you play a blues?" I said, "Nah." He was the only one that wanted that. No one else asked for a blues song but him, and he was from England, and so I played it, and he suggested I sound like little Willie Little Phil. And if I knew of him, I said, no, sound like oh no, it wasn't Little Willie. It was, oh gosh, I'm trying to think of the boxer. I can't think of it right now. But there was another guy that he mentioned, and I said, well, he sound like a boxer. He said, yeah, he is from New Orleans. And anyway, so I decided, he said, you should maybe do some roots, man. There's this, the piano blues is people don't hear that often. So I thought, okay, when I came back to Vancouver, and then I recorded my first record that came out, I think, in 1996, Live and Loose, and I was offered to be on the cover of a magazine, and I thought, well, that's the first. That's a different one. And I said, wow, what attention that is getting. Never ever was offered that, and so that kind of sparked something. He said, you got something that people should hear, and I thought, well, if I can find those kind of people that want to hear it, I'd love to play it, and I did. So I played that, and I was up for some awards, and got together with a couple of guys, Joe Louis Walker.
Oh yeah.
And he introduced me to France. There was a large audience of blues lovers there, and that kind of got my career going. I mean, as far as a dedicated blues player, I guess they call me sophisticated blues because I have a little jazz background. So it comes from the piano. If I was playing a guitar, then it would I would be just a plain blues player. But because I play piano and I've got a variety of styles, a little Fats Domino, a little Ray Charles, then it's sophisticated.
That's a good kind of sophisticated. No,
oh yeah, I said, if you compare me with those greats, I'll take it. Yeah.
So, do you, apart from all of this, I mean, do you practice any hobbies for your own enjoyment?
No, not really. It's all involved about music. I mean, now I'm writing this musical play. It's going to be about Fats Domino.
Okay.
So I'm busy with that, and hopefully, well, I got the funding, which is great. So now it's just a matter of me getting everything else in play, and probably will showcase that in the fall in a theater in Calgary. So we'll probably start there. So this gives me a kind of a little bit of outreach of just sitting and playing piano and doing blues and writing songs. I mean, I finished my album, and I haven't really worked on another album. I've got songs. I got a bunch of songs I haven't done yet.
Okay.
I haven't recorded yet, I should say. But now I have this friend said that I should do a documentary about piano blues. And I thought, well, I'm going down to Memphis. He's going to drive me. He says, well, I'll drive you, and I'll take some video of you. I'm going down. Hopefully, if I'll probably be nominated. But anyway, I'll go down there. If I'm nominated, I'll go down to Memphis, and I want to go to Mississippi. And then I want to go to Al Green's church. Mm-hmm. So there's three things I want to do. So he said, well, want to be a cameraman? You can talk about the blues, your journeys, and your piano, and I'll put it in my van, and I'll take it with me, and then we'll do a documentary. I said, wow, gosh, that's a good one. So my documentary, I'm going to work on that one, and my musical. So those two. My recording is done.
Okay.
So those are the two big things I got to actually get together.
I can't wait to see both. Actually, the play is going to take a time for me to watch, but the documentary is probably going to come out, and it's probably going to be a splash.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to definitely talk about it, kind of the roots and stuff like that. There's not too many of us around that just play the authentic blues piano. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's always blues piano in the bands, but I guess just the piano in the forefront is a little different. So we lost Dr. John, and so there's a few guys out. David is doing a really good job, and but there's only a handful that I could see that are making some kind of stride. So I thought that might be a good path. It doesn't seem like that's going to be a stressful one, because a lot of the I've got some of the experience and stuff like that I could definitely talk about.
Okay.
And so I would say between those two, those are two big projects, and if I'm inspired to do another record, I'm not sure my label that I'm on. I'm not sure if they're going to be doing anything here lately, but maybe another label may want. I know that there was some people in Chicago talking about doing a piano blues record, so I may be talking to them, Chicago label, about doing that, and if that might work with the documentary, who knows?
Well, I can see that happening. You've covered everything that I needed to hear, and that people can actually see your beautiful face and your smile and the warmth of your heart from all the actual blues that you actually provide us. But I've got a question. What's your favorite food dish?
My favorite food dish? Now that's a good one. Gosh, I like all kind of different foods. I was really into spicy food, but now I'm not so spicy. I like the Thai Thai food. That's good. Rice dishes. I think I'm kind of I like that. Italian, spaghetti. I don't. There's. I've had so many different types of food, and they've all been good. And I don't cook, so if I eat other people's food, that's wonderful.
There you have it, folks. Penultimate bluesman in the works. Well, Kenny, thank you so much for giving us time.
My pleasure.
We hope to see you in the Maritimes before you go to 90.
Yeah. Oh gosh, yes. Yeah, and you know what? And those years come up so doggone fast, man. It was amazing that I got to up here, up on top of this mountain at 80. But it's been a blast. It's been good. I get little things that most seniors get, like sciatica. That kind of comes in and goes, and has me walking around with a cane sometimes. And but as far as health is concerned, I'm in pretty good health.
Oh, I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah,
well, Kenny, I wish you the best evening possible.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Good chatting with you.
Yeah. Thank you.
We'll do it again.